Hi everyone, I am Rajalakshmi, working as an assistant professor in the Department of ECE at R.M.K College of Engineering and Technology. In this video, I am going to discuss the comparison between microprocessor, microcontroller and PIC. So before entering into the comparison, let me give a brief description about what is a microprocessor, what is a microcontroller and what is a PIC. So coming to the microprocessor, so what is microprocessor? It is an integrated chip which incorporates all the functions of your central processing unit. So what is that CPU? What are the components of that CPU? The CPU consists of your arithmetic and logic units, control unit and registers. So all these three components put in together as a single chip, we call it as a microprocessor. So your microprocessor will be connected to memory and input-output devices externally. So now what is microcontroller? A microcontroller is an integrated chip which incorporates the entire computer into a single chip. We call it as microcontroller. So it consists of the processor, flash memory, ROM, IO control, and it has inbuilt clock. It has the provision for establishing communication, serial communication. It has inbuilt timer, counter. So all these components put into as a single chip we call it as microcontroller. What is PIC? So PIC, it stands for Peripheral Interface Controller. So it is the smallest microcontroller in the world and it was programmed to execute large number of operations. This PIC microcontroller, it consists of data RAM with some 100 bytes of ROM for storing the desired program, some IO ports, one timer on a single chip having 8 bits. So it is designed to perform simple control applications, thus called peripheral interface controller, but nowadays it is commonly known as programmable intelligent computer. So the first difference, I'll have a comparison on the internal architecture of microprocessor, microcontroller and PIC. When I'm looking into the internal hardware architecture of the microprocessor, it consists of only a processor. Memory and IO device and other components have to be connected externally. Whereas for the microcontroller, it has processor along with memory and IO components inside the controller. So PIC is a microcontroller which consists of ROM, RAM, CPU, timer, counter. It has provision for ADC, DEC and it also supports serial communication. The second thing that I'm going to have a comparison on the memory architecture. So the microprocessor, it has hardware architecture. Microcontroller follows von Neumann architecture. PIC follows hardware architecture. So now comes confusion. What is that hardware architecture and what is that von Neumann architecture? So I'll go. I have shown you an image which clearly shows the von Neumann architecture as well as hardware architecture. So you can see the image in the von Neumann architecture. There is a single memory which is used for storing your data as well as your program. So that is what von Neumann architecture. Whereas hardware architecture, there is a separate memory for storing the program and there is a separate memory for storing the data. So I hope now you're clear with what is von Neumann architecture and what is hardware architecture. So your microprocessor, it follows hardware architecture, which means it have two different memory for storing your program as well as your data. Whereas your microcontroller follows von Neumann architecture where it has only one memory which is used for storing your data as well as the program. So PIC microcontroller, it uses hardware architecture. The next thing on which I'm going to have a comparison is the instruction set architecture. The microprocessor follows complex instruction set computer. Microcontroller comes under complex instruction set computer, whereas the PIC microcontroller, it is a reduced instruction set computer. So the next comparison which I'm going to discuss is the bus width. So microprocessor comes with 8-bit, 16-bit, 32-bit and 64-bit bus capacity, whereas microcontroller is available only with 8-bit and 16-bit bus width. PIC controller comes with 8 and 32-bit bus width. The next one is the speed of operation. So the microprocessor, it needs 4 clock pulses to complete a single instruction, which is given here as 4 clock pulse per instruction. That is, it needs 4 clock pulses to execute a single instruction. Whereas microcontroller, it needs 12 clock pulses to execute a single instruction. The next one, the PIC microcontroller, it needs 4 clock pulses to execute a single instruction. And next, having the comparison on memory. So we already knows your microprocessor, you don't have any inbuilt memory. So memory has to be connected externally with your microprocessor. So coming to your microcontroller, it have ROM, SRAM, as well as it have flash memory. So PIC microcontroller, it comes with static RAM and flash memory. So what are the communication protocols supported by microprocessor, microcontroller and PIC? So microprocessor, it don't have any inbuilt communication supporting protocol. Everything has to be connected externally. So it has the provision to connect externally to support external UART communication. So microcontroller, it has inbuilt UART, USART, SPI, serial peripheral interface, and I2C, which stands for inter-integrated circuit. So microcontroller has inbuilt support for establishing communication. So few communication protocol is available. So PIC microcontroller, it comes with PIC, UART, USART, CAN protocol, Ethernet, SPI and I2P protocol. So coming to the power consumption, so microprocessor, the power consumption of microprocessor is average, microcontroller is also average, whereas your PIC microcontroller, it consumes very less power. That is what given here as a low power consumption. So now coming to the families of microprocessor, microcontroller and PIC. So the families of microprocessor, or the first microprocessor is 8085. So next one 8086 microprocessor, and there are many families available for 8086, 80186, 80286, 80386 and 80486. So coming to microcontroller, the microcontrollers available only with 8051 variants. There is no other variant. It is having many variants only under 8051. So PIC microcontroller, so it has PIC 16, PIC 17, PIC 18, PIC 24 and PIC 32. So coming to the leading manufacturers of microprocessor, microcontroller and PIC. So Intel is the leading manufacturer of microprocessor, whereas the microcontroller, Atmel, Intel, Dallas, Cypress, Silicon Labs, they are all the leading manufacturers of microcontrollers. So PIC microcontroller is manufactured by Microchip Average. So the last discussing about the applications of microprocessor, microcontroller and PIC, where it is used. So the microprocessor is mainly used in personal computers because it is a general purpose system, right? So it is used in personal computers. Microcontrollers finds application in washing machine, MP3 players, that is mostly in consumer electronics, it plays a vital role. Coming to the PIC microcontroller, so PIC microcontroller finds application in audio accessories, video games and peripherals. So that's all about the comparison between microprocessor, microcontroller and PIC. Thank you.